After Qin Tian said these few words, he sighed for a long time. As if an elder worried about the safety of the younger generation, his face was full of worry. After looking at a few people, Qin Tian didn't care about what decision Lin Yi would make and left Lin Yi's private room with Su Yinran and Zhou indirectly. Now he is in acting school. Lies are continuous, but the face is not red and the heart beats. The most important thing is that his words are half-truths, and you can't tell whether you should believe them or not. Yes, this time, Qin Tian used Yangmo. General tactics can be divided into two categories, conspiracy and conspiracy. In Qin Tian's cognition, Yangmo is obviously more advanced than conspiracy, because once the conspiracy is seen through, it is difficult to play any role. In Yangmo, even if you know the ins and outs of things, you have to make some choices that are not good for you. Just like now, Qin Tian said directly, I just want heavenly spirit fruit, and Qingyang sect is indeed looking for you. If you want heavenly spirit fruit, then you are bound to get yourself into trouble. If you leave the auction house now, then you will definitely lose the heavenly spirit fruit, the treasure of heaven and earth. If you want money or die, you must make a choice. For Qin Tian, there is no Lin Yi bidding with him. Mo Lanxin of Qingyang sect has cooperated with him again. There is no other person who knows the goods in the whole auction floor. Not only could he use the Qingyang sect to hunt down Lin Yi, but he could also win the two heavenly spirit fruits at a very low price. Two birds with one stone. So cool to fly. Asshole. Lin Yi clenched his teeth and tightened his fists. Although both he and Xiaoling Shuang doubted the authenticity of Qin Tian's words. I also think that Qin Tian has his own purpose in doing this. But they now have to confirm it. If the situation is as Qin Tian said, then they have to go. Because if you wait for the auction to end, take the heavenly spirit fruit before leaving. The opponent's sky and earth nets must also be set up. By that time, it was too late for them to leave even if they wanted to. Thinking of this, Lin Yi did not hesitate. 5 minutes after Qin Tian left, he pretended to go out and went to the toilet. About 5 minutes later, Lin Yi turned back quickly. He is strong after all. With the effort of pretending to go to the bathroom, he has already discovered the disciple of the Qingyang sect stalking. Although he didn't know now why Qingyang sect would discover the secret of his rebirth. But at this moment, he can no longer control so much. How? Seeing Lin Yi came back, Xiaoling Shuang hurriedly greeted him. Although Lin Yi no longer believed her, she became like this after all because of Lin Yi. Therefore, Lin Yi would only reject Xiaoling Shuang in terms of the relationship between men and women, but would not really ignore her at all. Read more at wuxiax.com. Qin Tian is right. There are indeed people staring at us, but I don't know if they are from the Qingyang sect. Then what to do? Be careful to sail the ship for 10,000 years. Although the sky spirit fruit is rare, you can find it if you don't have it. What do you mean? Lin Yi gritted his teeth and said, Senior Bailey, Senior Ma, I'm really sorry. I'm afraid I won't be able to accompany you today. Really going? The old man called Senior Bailey couldn't help frowning. He is the top rich man in Yinjing City, and he doesn't know anything about the cultivation world. But he understood what Qin Tian said just now. Someone has to deal with Lin Yi. I have to go. I'm so sorry. Brother Yi, you just left. What should I do? The girl Lin Yi had brought with him didn't seem to understand, but she didn't need to understand either. Because she and Lin Yi came here only for money. Seeing this girl, Lin Yi's eyes rolled, and he had an idea in his mind. Resolutely let the old man Bailey greet two waiters, a man and a woman. The girl Lin Yi was looking for was very beautiful. After all, she was the one who Lin Yi liked and used to draw a clear line from Xiaoling Shuang. If she doesn't look good enough, how can Xiaoling Shuang retreat when she is in trouble? But nothing matters anymore. The important thing is that Lin Yi is really ready to abandon the heavenly spirit fruit and leave the auction house. This girl is wearing a camisole and short shorts, which looks not only sexy, but also very tasteful. She was paid Lin Yi 1 million. So under Lin Yi's arrangement, he deliberately stepped on high heels to come to a stalking King Yangzong disciple, and then pretended to fall. King Yangzong disciple just subconsciously stretched out his hand to help. The two had a brief conversation, and when they looked up again, two waiters, a man and a woman, passed by him. Fortunately, he was not the only one stalking, and the strength is good. The disciple standing opposite him could only see the back of the two waiters. But he noticed that the body shape and walking temperament of these two waiters were completely different from the previous two waiters. So he chased up decisively. Hey, the two waiters in front, wait a minute. Hearing the words, the two pretended not to hear them, and continued to move forward quickly. Stop me. Seeing this scene, this disciple realized something was wrong. While running in the direction Lin Yi left, he held the wireless headset on his ears with his hands. President Mo, Ing Sha found us. Mo Changming frowned. What's the matter? Maybe he was accidentally given to when he came out to go to the bathroom just now. Damn, what are you doing? The other party is Shadow Sha, and the person who found us is normal. Mo Lanxin acted decisively. Changming, quickly send someone to chase him. Don't let him run away. But what about here? Shadow evil is important, or is the sky's spirit fruit important? Mo Lanxin asked coldly. What's more, there is me here. Hearing this, Mo Changming hesitated, then nodded. Let alone how dangerous Shadow Sha can grow up. The secret of Shadow Sha alone is enough to be worth dozens of heavenly spirit fruits. Thinking of this, Mo Changming hurriedly issued an order to let all the disciples chase it out, and quickly notified the other major sects, and once again launched an encirclement and suppression against Lin Yi. Seeing all the people in his sect left, Mo Lanxin also let out a sigh of relief. At this moment, the auctioneer in the middle of the hall brought a tray covered with red cloth. Uncover the red cloth. On the tray are two nuts the size of a pomegranate, glowing light blue under the light. Xiong took the microphone and said, "Look at everyone. These two fruits were found by our expedition team deep in a jungle. Because the appearance is very strange, and it emits blue light like a glow stick at night, so our expedition brought it back. Since there is no special purpose for this thing, there is no reserve price for auction for the time being. Friends who like to collect can just make a price, but the bid is at least 10,000, and each increase is not less than 10,000. Boss, please start bidding." Seeing this scene, Mo Lanqin slowly took out his mobile phone and sent a message to Qin Tian. "Mr. Qin, I'll give you the things, and I also ask you about Xiaoqian's affairs. It's easy to say, when I find him, I will let him contact you." "Thank you. You are welcome." Ding. Lead to a conflict between King Yingzong and the protagonist Lin Yi in advance. Change the main storyline. Get the villain value plus 1,000 and the protagonist Lin Yi luck value minus 300. Seeing this system prompt and seeing the message sent by Mo Lanqin, Qin Tian couldn't help raising the corner of his mouth. It's better to be a bad guy. Speaking, he pressed the bid button in the private room and then shouted proudly into the microphone. "I pay 100,000. Want to buy 2 heavenly spirit fruits for 100,000? Obviously, I was thinking of fart. Although King Yingzong and Lin Yi had both left, no one in the field knew this thing. But these two nuts are so amazing, they don't look like bargains. Therefore, after hearing Qin Tian's bid, these wealthy people began to bid. 150,000, 200,000, 250,000, 500,000, 800,000. Listen to this quotation. Qin Tian didn't ask anymore. Only Dan Chenzi squinted his eyes and stroked his beard. 10 Jinchi pills for a Tine Linguo. Even if they are all medium grades, one sells for 500 million. That is the price of 5 billion. The 20 Jinchi pills made by 2 heavenly spirit fruits should be 10 billion. In addition to the failure rate, the prices of other medicinal materials are also excluded. The value of a heavenly spirit fruit should be at least 3 billion. 2 is 6 billion. Nowadays, 6 billion things have been photographed here by tens of millions of these people. There is no respect at all. But he is not a fool either. Qin Tian handed over the auction rights to him. And of course he would not make random offers. Dan Chenzi looked at the cheap Tian Lingua very pleased. And Qin Tian, who looked at his system, was also very satisfied. Villain value, 3,900. Luck value, 3,200. This is Qin Tian's current data. Before, he went to Lin Yi and told Lin Yi about King Yingzong. It was after he agreed to cooperate with Mo Lanqin, he had already figured out a good strategy. Mo Lanqin obviously didn't know that Lin Yi's sudden escape came from Qin Tian. But she didn't care anymore. Originally, she was still thinking of what kind of excuse she would give to Qin Tian. It's all right now, so I don't even have to look for excuses. Just ask the auction house to secretly modify the transaction price, and she can conceal it. As for the heavenly spirit fruit, what does Lin Yi have? In fact, Mo Lanqin didn't care about it at all. Not to mention Lin Yi, the entire sect is something dispensable to her. And she hated her father very much in her heart, and hated her sect very much. This sect ruined himself for a lifetime. So, what is the sky spirit fruit? It doesn't matter whether she wants or not. I'm not even more interested in whether Lin Yi is Shadow Shah or not. Uncle Qin, I was in the private room just now. Why did I not understand how many you said? Su Yinran's voice pulled Qin Tian back to reality. She followed deliberately just now, just want to see if Qin Tian really has something with that girl. But the result was somewhat unexpected. Listening to the conversation between the two, it seems that there is really something between them, but she didn't understand the other content. Even after thinking about it for a long time after coming back, she still doesn't understand. She could still vaguely guess something about the spirit stone in front. It was the rough stone at the gambling field that day. But at the back of the sky spirit fruit, shadow, evil spirit, and assassination, she was confused. Lin Yi also assassinated Qin Tian, isn't it? Qin Tian came back to his senses and smiled faintly. It's normal if you don't understand. After I will go back, I will tell you slowly. Well, good. I heard that Qin Tian is willing to tell myself these secrets. Su Yinran nodded happily. On the other side, Lin Yi and Xiaoling Shuang called the waiter in. Read more at wuxiax.com. Under the cover of the curtains, the waiter's shirt was soon put on one after the other. In the case where the disciples of the Qingyang sect did not react immediately, they left the auction house quickly. As soon as the two left, they ran all the way. The King Yangzong disciple chased after him. Bang, bang, bang. Both of them are masters, and they did not forget to fight back during their escape. Hidden and waited for the opportunity, taking advantage of the moment the opponent chased it out, decisively attacked. After all, Xiaoling Shuang was a master-level killer. And Lin Yi is not weak now. The two King Yangzong disciples are only in the late congenital stage. In the case of mental, arithmetic, and unintentional, it is almost seconds. Easily get rid of the two King Yangzong disciples who were chasing them, and they quickly came to the parking lot. Damn, I didn't expect that he was really a disciple of the Qingyang sect. Lin Yi found his car, and after starting it, he couldn't help but curse in secret. Originally, he didn't believe it in his heart. I don't believe that Qin Tian would report to him so kindly. However, the strength of the people who were chased out now clearly surpassed the scope of ordinary people. Let him believe it if he doesn't believe it now. The co-pilots, Xiaoling Shuang frowned. Brother Yi, I always feel that this matter is not that simple. I know too, but what's the use of knowing now? Lin Yi didn't have time to think about it, and drove to the road quickly. Leave here first, let's talk about it. Okay, boom. The car caused a roar and drove the two of them away. Hurry up. Don't let them run away. Mo Changming chased after the two men's car, not far away. Now that we have been stunned, if we don't get rid of them this time, there will be no chance in the future. Yes, understand. King Yangzong didn't have many people here this time, plus Mo Changming, there were only a dozen in total. Obviously, there is too little chasing, but they can contact other sects. And the other sects at this time have already received the news. That Shadow Shah? Really rebirth? Lin Yi is really Shadow Shaman? No way. I also feel a bit exaggerated. But now is not the time to be surprised. Yes, since King Yangzong has determined Lin Yi's identity, we must get rid of him anyway. Then move it. Unleash all your relationships and resolve the Shadow Devil at all costs. Several major sects are united together, and their strength should not be underestimated. You know that Zoman has more than just a strong personal combat power. They also have countless sect spokespersons. These spokespersons are all rich and powerful people. They have interpersonal relationships that ordinary people don't. Gangsters, white roads, hackers, everything. So after King Yangzong confirmed Lin Yi's news, countless strong men rushed to Yinjing. At the same time, all the monitoring and contacts in Yinjing City became their eyes. Lin Yi seemed to know this, so his car did not drive into the city. Instead, I'm going to drive directly to other cities. In this way, an undercurrent surging investigation turned into an escape and pursuit on the bright side. What? Why didn't Lin Yi call the police? If the injury is not constituted, what is the use of calling the police? It's like when some gangsters are making troubles, they're crowded in front of people's stores. Don't fight, don't make trouble. I will leave when the police come, and I will come when the police leave. Constrained by many rules, can the policemen who need to make a detailed report to shoot a bullet be able to catch them? Obviously not. Moreover, Lin Yi is the rebirth of the strong, so he called the police or something, which didn't fit his personality. Lin Yi is on the run. Qin Tian sat in the VIP room, shaking the red wine in the glass. A look of strategizing. 2 million for the first time, 2 million for the second time, 2 million for the third time, slam deal. The auctioneer's final decision made Dan Chinzi smile. Haha, I bought 2 heavenly spirit fruits for 2 million. If other cultivators knew about this, I would probably vomit blood with anger. Who said no? Haha, President Qin is still very good, so he tried to persuade these competitors to leave. Yes, Uncle Qin is the best. Everyone laughed and laughed. Qin Tian also smiled. He had already prepared a lot of funds to buy these 2 heavenly spirit fruits. Unexpectedly, the plan has not changed quickly, and the prepared money will not be used at all. The auction continues. Qin Tian didn't have what he wanted, so he appeared to be lacking in interest. There are a total of 50 items in this auction. In the end, Su Guofu bought 4 or 5 pieces. Qin Tian also bought 2 pieces at random. Half an hour after the auction ends, on the trading floor, Mo Lanqin found Qin Tian, directly handed the brocade box in his hand to Qin Tian's hand. Mr. Qin, this is yours. Thank you. Qin Tian took it and threw it into Wang Yi's hand casually. Mo Lanqin said politely, please remember our agreement. Don't worry, I won't forget it. Ding. Succeed in snatching the chance of the protagonist Lin Yilingji, get the villain value plus 500, and seize the luck value of 100 points. Ding. Succeed in snatching the chance of the protagonist Lin Yi, Sky Spirit Fruit, get the villain value plus 1000, and win the luck value of 300 points. Villain value, 5400. Luck value, 3600. Seeing these 2 system prompts, Qin Tian raised a smile at the corner of his mouth. His luck was getting higher and higher, and Lin Yi's luck was getting lower and lower. Under the circumstances, it was only a matter of time before Lin Yi was killed. But now, the conversation between Qin Tian and Mo Lanqin is full of meaning, which is a bit easy to misunderstand. Su Yanran, who stood behind Qin Tian, was obviously misunderstood. Fortunately, Qin Tian never said how dedicated he was. Su Yanran was also well prepared. So even if Qin Tian didn't explain, she was a little uncomfortable at most, and would not say much. At the end of the auction, Qin Tian got what he wanted. And Lin Yi was also formally besieged by the major sects. Qin Tian was not too anxious about killing Lin Yi. Anyway, he has Qi luck tracking technique, so he can know the location of Lin Yi at any time. So next, Qin Tian just asked Zhou to drive up and didn't manage Lin Yi's situation for the time being. That night, Qin Tian went shopping with Su Yanran for an unprecedented time. The handsome men and beautiful women walked on the road, which attracted the attention of passersby. Qin Tian also told Su Yanran some things she didn't know. Anyway, Su Guofu knew about cultivators or something, even if I told her it was nothing. So in this world, there are really good people? After listening to Qin Tian's narration, Su Yanran's beautiful eyes flashed. Although there has been speculation, after hearing it with my own ears, it is still a little weird. It's no wonder that those things Qin Tian said before, he didn't understand at all. It turns out that the 2 sides are not at the same level at all. It's not a superior person. It can only be said that the body is stronger and healthier than ordinary people. What did you say before that Lin Yi assassinated you? It's nothing, it's the girl next to him. Don't look at her petite and clever means of killing. Facing Su Yanran's doubts, Qin Tian answered them one by one. As long as it is not about the system, Qin Tian can be said to know everything. After hearing that Qin Tian had encountered a bomb attack at the hotel, even if she knew that Qin Tian was in no trouble at the end, Su Yanran looked worried. In the end, Qin Tian consoled her in turn, and this made her worry gradually disappear. Okay, it's also quite speechless. That night the 2 chatted a lot, but in the end when he returned to the hotel, Qin Tian, still very gentlemanly, opened a room for Su Yanran alone. Because he knows very well that Su Yanran can still help her hate, so she can't touch her for the time being. No words for a night. Early the next morning, because Su Yanran was still busy with company affairs, she flew back to Tumen with Su Guofu. Before leaving, he told Qin Tian to pay attention to safety. Qin Tian originally wanted to go back with her. But Lin Yi is not dead yet. How can he go back? So after he sent Su Yinran away, he asked Wang Yi to take Xue Li and Ding Feng to escort Dan Shenzi and the auction item away from Yinjing. But he himself took Lao Li and stayed temporarily. As for Zhou Wen, he has now followed King Yingzong. At 11 in the morning, Su Yinran had just boarded the plane for less than an hour. Read more at wuxiax.com. Qin Tian received a call from Gu Qingqing. Hey husband, I miss you. At first, it was such an ecstasy voice that made Qin Tian, who had been holding back for more than 10 days, a little bit unbearable. Ahem. Qin Tian cleared his throat. My side, it is estimated that it will take a while. You can solve it by yourself first. Hearing Qin Tian's words, Gu Qingqing was speechless at once. What? Can you not think of me like this? Then what do you want to say? The reason you called me, isn't it because I haven't come back for a long time? There is indeed this reason, but I want to surprise you more this time. Surprise? What surprise? I have come to Yinjing. Qin Tian was speechless for a while. This is really a surprise. Aren't you happy? Of course happy. Where are you in Yinjing now? I just arrived here, in the ancient city of Yinjing. I wanted to come and look for you directly, but I was curious to get out of the car and take a look when I saw filming here. What's so good about filming? Usually it is rare in two men. Okay. My God, beauty. You are so beautiful. Before Qin Tian finished speaking, Gu Qingqing heard a demon-like exclamation. TSK. Ness, look at this curve, look at this makeup. It's perfect. Can you meet the beauty? I'm a scout from Shanghai Entertainment. Can I be a star? Gu Qingqing seemed very interested and asked curiously. She usually feels that she is more free. If you can really kill time by filming, it's really a good choice. Of course, beautiful women have such a peerless appearance and such a slender figure. As long as they are packaged by our company, they can become a world-renowned star in minutes. Is it? Gu Qingqing had a playful smile. Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider it. Oh, beauty, don't go. Seeing Gu Qingqing leaving, the scout tried to catch up, but was stopped by Gu Qingqing's two female bodyguards. Gu Qingqing ignored him at all and said directly to the phone. Hey husband, where are you now? I'm looking for you. 2 hours later, Qin Tian hugged Gu Qingqing in a certain hotel. A playful look provoked her by his chin. You woman, said you didn't come to me for this kind of thing? Didn't I also hear you say that it hasn't been for more than 10 days? You know my thoughts very well, but now I still have things to do. You should get dressed first. Let's have a meal first, and then we will go there together. Okay, do it all at once, second time tired, third time exhausted. Now that he has officially shot, Qin Tian must put Lin Yi to death. Otherwise, if you want to kill Lin Yi next time, the difficulty will be even higher. At this time, Lin Yi and Xiulingshuang had escaped for a day and a night. After they left the auction house, they did not dare to return to Yinjing City, and could only go to the city next to Yinjing. But because several major sects have joined forces, there are people blocking him in the city. So he abandoned the car halfway and ran to the left side of the highway with Xiulingshuang. Asshole, they ran into this woods. What to do, President Mo? Are we going to chase him? On the expressway, watching Audi parked in the emergency lane, but empty. Everyone in King Yingzong was extremely anxious. Running into the woods, the difficulty will increase exponentially if you want to find the opponent. Mo Chaming smiled coldly. Chasing, of course. They think it's safe to run into the woods? It's just wishful thinking. Have the other sects rushed over? Coming. Then gather everyone's strength and trap them in this woods. Jingle bell. Mo Chaming's phone rang suddenly. Mo Chaming picked up the phone and saw that it was an unfamiliar number. Without hesitation, just hang up. The phone rang again, and Mo Chaming hung up again. The third time it sounded, Mo Chaming finally became a little impatient, and then started cursing. Who are you special? Are you bothering to keep calling? Excuse me, President O. I just want to tell you that you are now in the direction of encircling Lin Yi, and you have reversed it. Reversed? Mo Chaming looked at the conditions on both sides of the road, frowning. You mean they didn't run into the woods but went to the empty field on the other side? Not bad. How do you know? Qin Tian lied very casually. I put a tracker on that woman. Qin Tian had already thought about the reason for a long time. So he used his own cell phone to make calls. He had luck tracking skills, and Zhou Wen, who followed up, reported to him in real time. So he can grasp a lot of information on the scene. Hearing Qin Tian's words, even though Mo Chaming was a little surprised, he decided to send someone over to take a look. After all, cultivators are the most cautious. You guys go and take a look over there. Okay, President Mo. Several people were sent to the other side to search. Searching for a person in a huge crowd cannot be done by a dozen or so people. Without seeing the positioning of other people, Qin Tian could not effectively command them. So even if other sects join, this search will definitely become a continuous war of attrition. Qin Tian doesn't panic either. After asking Gu Qingqing to change into a pair of flat shoes, he took her to the rented Rolls-Royce. Lao Li drove the car and drove slowly in the direction of Zhou Wen. Everyone also prepared a lot of food and water on the road. It seemed that they were really ready to fight a protracted battle. Time goes by every minute and every second. Early the next morning, after another night, Lin Yi and Xiulingshuang have fled to a village. They put on the waiter's clothes outside, and they have already been thrown in the car. Although their strength is still there, they can find food and water. But the sweat on their bodies and the dust on their faces are enough to show that they are tired now. The two found a small shop in the village. Lin Yi bought 2 bottles of iced mineral water and handed one to Xiulingshuang. Unscrew the lid and pour water into your throat. They're just cultivators, not gods. Such a high-intensity escape will naturally make you tired, thirsty, and hungry. Guru, guru. The icy feeling washed away the exhaustion of fleeing, making Lin Yi's whole person full of comfort. Let's go. Let's find a place to rest first. They shouldn't be able to chase over so quickly. Lin Yi took a sigh of relief after drinking the ice water and said to Qiuling Shuang, although he still didn't understand how his secret of rebirth was leaked out. But nothing matters anymore at this moment. Okay. Hearing Lin Yi's words, Qiuling Shuang nodded. After walking not far behind Lin Yi, Qiuling Shuang couldn't help but speak. Brother Yi, that matter. Are you really unwilling to believe me? This is her heart disease, and it is also the misunderstanding that she has been trying to resolve all this time. Lin Yi didn't look back when he heard the words. Ling Shuang, it's not that I don't believe you, but that this matter is simply unbelievable. You said he forced you to take a photo? But I can't see a forced expression on your face. What? Okay, no more talk. Qiuling Shuang wanted to say something, but was interrupted by Lin Yi raising his hand. This is not the time to discuss this. When we are completely safe, we will discuss this issue slowly. Right. Okay. A touch of sadness flashed in Qiuling Shuang's eyes. The two walked into the village. Read more at wuxiax.com. As he was about to find a hotel to take a break, Lin Yi's cell phone suddenly vibrated. Lin Yi took out his mobile phone and saw that it was a message from an unfamiliar number. Come on, Qiuling Shuang is a traitor. What? The news was only a few words, but Lin Yi was completely stunned. Ling Shuang is a traitor? How can it be? Before he could react, a strong man brought a few subordinates and blocked his way. Men have bronze skin and strong muscles. Coupled with a round bald head, it gives people a feeling that they are not easy to mess with by nature. Seeing this man, Lin Yi's eyes dimmed slightly. Inferior meteorite. Yin Hu? Seeing Lin Yi recognizing himself, Yin Hu grinned. Shadow? Ha. So you really are still alive? It's incredible. So what? Lin Yi snorted coldly. Do you want to stop me with your defeated man? The defeated man? Yin Hu didn't care about Lin Yi's mockery. Shadow Sha. I have to admit that you were really strong before. Yin Hu is not your opponent. But today, I'm afraid you won't have 1 in 10, right? Besides, do you think I'm the only one who came here today? Yin Hu sneered. Lin Yi was wary when he heard the words and quickly glanced behind him. Oh, Yin Hu, the action is fast enough. Actually faster than my Dai Fei. Hey, is this Shadow Sha after rebirth? It looks like he's a lot younger. As soon as the voice fell, a man with heavy makeup and a few disciples appeared in the sight of everyone. Yes, the man with heavy makeup. He was wearing men's clothes, but his face was painted with woman's makeup. It looks like Yin and Yang are in the same body, nondescript. Lin Yi sneered. Who am I supposed to be? It turns out to be a dead ladyboy in Qingyu Valley. Shadow Sha, you are looking for death. When he heard the other party calling him a dead ladyboy, Dai Fei immediately became angry and rushed towards Lin Yi decisively. Lin Yi's expression changed, and he was about to fight back. Qiuling Shuang was faster than him. Brother Yi, you go first. Qiuling Shuang said very decisively. These two people are not weak, and it is not a wise choice for them to go together. Seeing Qiuling Shuang who repelled Dai Fei, Lin Yi couldn't help thinking of the text message just now. Qiuling Shuang is a traitor? These people arrived so fast. Is it a letter from Ling Shuang Bao? Thinking of this, Lin Yi felt a pain in his heart. But it was too late to think too much, and quickly broke through in Dai Fei's direction. Dai Fei wanted to stop, but was immediately repelled by Qiuling Shuang. Yin Hu also wanted to follow. After Qiuling Shuang repelled Dai Fei, he quickly pulled away to block him. Although Qiuling Shuang was struggling with 1 enemy and 2, he still prevented the 2 from pursuing. It seems that you are the Yasha from the Shadow League, right? Strength is not weak, but how long can you spend with us in your current state? Stop talking nonsense, make a move! Dai Fei and Yin Hu are quick and powerful, but Qiuling Shuang's speed was obviously faster than that of fellow practitioner Dai Fei. So the two wanted to defeat Qiuling Shuang, but they couldn't do it for a while. You come and I go with each other, and you can't fight each other. Originally, the two could send one to hold Qiuling Shuang, and the other to chase and kill Lin Yi. But the two did not do that, because they have the chance to win. As time went on, Qiuling Shuang finally exhausted his strength with 1 enemy and 2, and was beaten in the back by Dai Fei with a palm. Puff! Qiuling Shuang flew out, and a mouthful of blood spurted out in the air. Yin Hu grinned and walked towards Qiuling Shuang slowly. Do you think that if you stop us, Shadow Sha will be safe? It's naive, but since you want to save him regardless of your life, then the uncle will do it for you. As he spoke, Yin Hu raised his fist. The true energy in his body circulated, preparing to give Qiuling Shuang a fatal blow. Qiuling Shuang's true energy is exhausted. It's good, and there is no way to fight back. Faced with Yin Hu, who was still quite physically strong, he could only close his eyes in despair. But at this moment, a voice suddenly rang. Brother, wait a minute. Yin Hu looked up and saw 3 people walking towards his side. The head is a man and a woman. The man dresses casually, but is well-proportioned and handsome. And that woman is tall and beautiful. A light-colored buttocks dress with a pair of white flat shoes, although not a great match. But still can't stop the sexy and charming of this woman. Behind them was a young man with a mountain bag and a peaked cap. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. The important thing is that this woman can't die yet. Qin Tian. Seeing the visitor, Qiuling Shuang looked incredible. Why are you here? Qin Tian, evil charm, smiled. Of course I am here to honor my promise. Promise? What promise? Let you see the true face of your brother. Qin Tian, why haven't I seen you? When Qiuling Shuang called out Qin Tian's name, both Yin Hu and Dai Fei were a little dissatisfied. However, the strength of the Qin Tian 3 people is unknown. They just consumed a lot of true energy. Therefore, they did not dare to easily attack the Qin Tian 3. It's normal not to have seen it. After all, we are a small sect, but President Mo of the Qingyang sect should know my existence. Qin Tian said casually. He also didn't mean to deal with this kind of sect, so the introduction was more perfunctory. Oh, it turned out to be Zaya's almond, but if you know President Mo, you can have a chat. Hearing Qin Tian's self-introduction, the contempt in the eyes of the two was fleeting. You just said that this woman can't die. Yen Hu raised his head and looked at Qin Tian proudly. Why can't you die? Qin Tian also doesn't care. The specific reason is not convenient for me to disclose for the time being, but I still want to invite both of you to give me this woman. Qin Tian is very polite. After all, he is a rich man and has his own compelling status. The problem that can be solved verbally is generally not surrendered to fight with others. Oh! Upon hearing Qin Tian's words, the two looked at each other. Shemale Dai Fei took out the phone and called Mo Changming. 2 minutes later, Dai Fei looked at Qin Tian with a look of surprise. Are you a master? Not bad. Qin Tian nodded slightly. Dai Fei suddenly smiled. Yenhu, there is no problem with his identity, so let's just give this woman to him. Our goal is not her anyway. All right, just leave it to a friend. After Yenhu thought for a while, he nodded to Qin Tian, knowing that Qin Tian is a master and also has a relationship with Qingyang sect. The attitude of the two men eased a lot. In addition, Qiuling Shuang was not their mission goal, so there was nothing to give to Qin Tian. Getting the affirmative answer from the two, Qin Tian gently clasped his fist towards the two. Thank you too. You're welcome, let's go. The two responded without saying much, and left the village directly with the little brothers. Yen Hu and Dai Fei left with their own sect members. Only Qin Tian, Gu Qingcheng, Zhou Wen and Qiuling Shuang are left in the field. Why save me? Qiuling Shuang wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and asked in disbelief. Qin Tian glanced at her lightly. I have already said the reason just now. As for whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter, let's go. I will take you to Lin Yi. After speaking, Qin Tian took Gu Qingcheng and left the place directly. Only Zhou Wen with a mountaineering bag and a peak cap was left. Lady, please. Zhou Wen made a please gesture. Cut. Qiuling Shuang gritted his teeth. Seeing Qin Tian appearing here, Qiuling Shuang felt that this matter was not so simple. But now Qin Tian has saved her, and is still willing to take her to find Lin Yi. She didn't have time to think too much. Seeing Qin Tian left, she quickly followed. In the afternoon, the sun was scorching. In the jungle in the wilderness, under a certain bush, Lin Yi was lying on the hot grass with a snatched dagger in his hand, panting heavily. Many people came to encircle him this time, and no matter how he runs, it seems that someone can find him. On the way to escape by himself just now, he met Mo Changming of Qingyang sect. Since his current strength has not recovered, he is not an opponent of these masters. Read more at wuxiax.com. But fortunately, he is the son of luck after all. Even if he was injured by Mo Changming, he survived by his tenacious willpower. On the way to escape, he stepped on the air and fell into the thick bushes. Although his body was wounded from the fall, he accidentally escaped the pursuit of the King Yangzong disciple. At this time, he was full of the words Qiuling Shuang is a traitor. To be honest, he didn't particularly believe it. Although Qiuling Shuang might have been slept by Qin Tian, but to say that she would betray herself, Lin Yi still felt it was impossible. After all, he still knew what his junior sister was like. Thinking of this, Lin Yi took a deep breath, quickly mobilized the real qi and luck to adjust the breath. After dozens of minutes, his injuries and physical strength have recovered a bit. After standing up and discerning the direction, he ran from the depths. As Lin Yi ran, the night gradually deepened. 8 o'clock at night, Lin Yi found a stream with a fairly clean water source. After drinking a few sips of the stream, Lin Yi leaned against a big rock to rest. Qin Tian, if I can survive this time, I must kill you myself. Lin Yi shouted angrily in his heart. He is not a fool, so he can naturally figure out some things. No one knows that he is a rebirth, and the cultivators he came into contact with during this time, except for the kid Qinyang. There is only Qin Tian, but he had no holidays with Qinyang. Therefore, the person who can discover his secret can only be Qin Tian. Oh wait, Ling Shuang? Thinking of Qiuling Shuang, Lin Yi was stunned. Could it be Ling Shuang is really a traitor? Is she telling Qin Tian about herself? That's why it attracted the pursuit of King Yangzong. Thinking about it this way, it seems very possible. After all, no matter how awesome Qin Tian is, it is impossible to investigate, that he is a shadow in such a short period of time, right? As soon as this thought came up, Lin Yi's brain became more and more out of control. Because if Ling Shuang is a traitor, everything can make sense. Whether it's your whereabouts or the secret of your own rebirth. Is it possible that Qiuling Shuang leaked it out? In other words, I believe the wrong person at the beginning? Just as Lin Yi thought of this, the sound of a foot stepping on a branch suddenly reached his ears. Oh! Lin Yi quickly squeezed the dagger in his hand and snorted coldly. As soon as the voice fell, a petite and exquisite body walked out of the darkness. With the moonlight, Lin Yi could see the people who came, and they could see Lin Yi too. Brother Yi, is it really you? Ling Shuang? What are you? Qiuling Shuang looked surprised, but Lin Yi's complexion changed drastically. Yen Hu and Dai Fei are also masters. Qiuling Shuang is 1 enemy and 2. How can he run over safely? Have you found yourself accurately? Qiuling Shuang really betrayed herself? That's why it can be safe and sound? She still put a tracker on herself? So you can find yourself accurately? After all, Lin Yi is the protagonist of the strong, and he thinks a lot at this moment. Hearing Lin Yi's voice, Xiao Shuang was about to pull Lin Yi's hand. It's too late to talk, brother Yi. It's dangerous here. We must leave here first. Do not. Lin Yi suddenly shouted and threw Xiao Shuang away. Brother Yi, what's the matter with you? Xiao Shuang looked puzzled. I don't know what Lin Yi is going crazy. Lin Yi ignored her at all and shouted coldly. Ling Shuang, you must tell me clearly today, otherwise I won't go anywhere. What are you saying clearly? Brother Yi, what are you talking about? Lin Yi frowned and asked, why don't you know what I'm talking about? I really don't know what you were talking about. Seeing Lin Yi's reaction, Xiao Shuang said anxiously, Brother Yi, let's go quickly. It will be too late if we don't leave. Go? Where do you want to take me? Seeing Xiao Shuang's appearance, Lin Yi's eyes flashed with coldness. This woman is so good at acting. She almost lied to herself. Of course, go to a safe place first. Safe place. Brother Yi, don't ask so much. Shall we leave here first? Seeing that Lin Yi was indifferent, Xiao Shuang felt even more anxious and even wanted to pull Lin Yi's hand again. Just before she could act, a full of breath rang out. Want to go? You have no chance. As soon as he finished speaking, Mo Chaming walked out of the woods with a group of King Yingzhan disciples. On the other side, Yan Hu and Dai Fei also walked out of the woods. There was also an old man in black. The disciples of the four sects quickly surrounded Lin Yi and Xiao Shuang. So many people? Seeing this scene, Xiao Shuang's eyes drenched, and Lin Yi directly stopped behind him. Lin Yi also stood up. Brother Yi, I will help you create opportunities later. Xiao Shuang whispered to Lin Yi. Just hearing this, Lin Yi not only was not grateful, but his eyes flashed with determination. This woman come again? Lin Yi felt resentful, and only blamed himself for believing in the wrong person. I saw him slowly walking behind Xiao Shuang and tightening the dagger in his hand. I'm sorry, Ling Shuang. Lin Yi muttered silently in his heart, and then thrust the dagger into Xiao Shuang's back without hesitation. Puff! The sound of metal entering the flesh. Since you are unkind, don't blame me for being unrighteous. Ding! The protagonist Lin Yi attacks one of the heroines, Autumn Ling Shuang. The branch plot collapses, the host gets a villain value plus 2,000, and the protagonist Lin Yi has a luck value of minus 1,000. What's the situation? What the hell? Are you going to die in love? The sudden change in the field made everyone no reaction, especially Dai Fei and Yan Hu. This woman also dragged the two of them desperately, just now for Lin Yi, but now she was stabbed in the back by Lin Yi. What's the situation with this F***CK? The most incredible at this time, of course, will not be the other sect disciples, but Xiao Shuang as a party. Feel the coolness coming from your back. She couldn't help but stared her eyes wide, with an incredible look on her face. My brother actually stabbed himself in the back? How could this be? You know, in battle, someone who can stand on the back of an assassin. Undoubtedly the most trusted person of this assassin. But now, Xiao Shuang resisted the pain and turned his head slowly. Lin Yi's face, similar to Brother Yi, was clearly printed in her eyes. This face is familiar and unfamiliar. What is familiar is this look, but what is strange is the coldness on this face. Why? Brother Yi, why? Feeling the loss of strength in the body, Xiao Shuang still asked this sentence intermittently, because she really couldn't think of the reason why Lin Yi attacked herself behind her back. Why? Lin Yi held the dagger and said with an unusually cold voice, Ling Shuang, do you really treat me as a fool? The one who betrayed me is you from beginning to end, right? I don't. No? Then can you explain why you are still intact under the siege of 2 grandmasters? Why can you accurately find my location on a night when the line of sight is not good? Why do these clutter appear as soon as you show up? Brother Yu, Lin Yi said coldly. Don't think I don't know that she is yours now. Dai Fei. Yan Hu. Montak Tsang. Hearing Lin Yi's words, all the sect leaders present were full of question marks. The black-clothed old man who participated in the encirclement and suppression operation couldn't help but look at Mo Changming and others. If I didn't guess wrong, this woman is the Yasha of the Shadow League, right? Actually even the Yasha of the Shadow League has instigated it. Instigate a fart. Yen Hu couldn't help but complain. This woman was still fighting with us just now. That's right, she was hit by her several times just now. Look at this arm scratching me. Dai Fei raised his arm and said with a bitter expression on his face. Everyone is a cultivator, and they have amazing eyesight. Plus the moonlight is bright tonight, so they could see a few blood stains on Dai Fei's arm. Oh, you didn't instigate it? Seeing this scene, the black-clothed old man became a little curious. How could that Shadow Shah? Everyone expressed their incomprehension about the current situation with one word of you and one word of mine. But Lin Yi, who saw that everyone's expressions didn't look like they were joking, but frowned his brows. What happened? Could it be that I guessed wrong? Actually, Ling Shuang didn't sell himself? Impossible. Although he doesn't know who the one who texted himself is. But the news that Xiao Ling Shuang is a traitor is definitely very reasonable. But why? Oh, it seems I am late. Just as Lin Yi's mind was spinning, an unpleasant voice rang. Immediately afterwards, Qin Tian took Gu Qingcheng and the figure, and greeted everyone's eyes. Behind him is Zhou, when carrying a hiking bag. Who are you? The black-robed old man frowned and wanted to speak, but Mo Changming stopped him in time. Seeing Mo Changming stopping his actions, the black-robed old man was a little puzzled, but he also realized that Mo Changming shouldn't know the incoming person. So he did not continue to speak. Qin Tian also ignored him. Qin Tian. Seeing Qin Tian appear, Lin Yi's eyes were full of killing intent. Qin Tian didn't care at all, and after a glance at the situation in the field, he fixed his gaze on Xiao Ling Shuang's body. slowly walked towards her, then squatted down and checked Xiao Lingshuang's injuries. What's the matter? There was no sound of fighting just now. Why are you injured? The wound is behind. Is it? Qin Tian, who was prompted by the system, asked knowingly. After speaking, he raised his head and looked at Lin Yi in the distance. It was your hand? Huh, so what? Lin Yi snorted and replied proudly. Although he realized something, but at this time he would not admit his mistakes. Hearing Lin Yi's such arrogant answer, Qin Tian just wanted to say, "This buddy, really awesome." But at this time, Qin Tian didn't think too much. He turned his gaze to Xiao Lingshuang and slowly said, "You see how sad you are? The brother who would rather sacrifice his life to save, stabbed you in the back. Say, you still look awe-inspiring?" Gee, Qin Tian, what do you mean? Lin Yi frowned. Qin Tian looked at Lin Yi and mocked. What do you mean? Lin Yi, don't you see that your junior sister always likes you? How about knowing? It's not being given by you. Lin Yi did not go on, because it was a shame, just because she has something with me. You don't like her anymore? Qin Tian smiled disdainfully. Lin Yi, I really didn't expect you to be this kind of person. What kind of person am I? Of course it's an ungrateful villain. Qin Tian's voice became cold, and he said awe-inspiringly, not to mention that I and your junior sister are nothing at all. Even if there is, then she became like this for you. What qualifications do you have to dislike her? What did you say? Lin Yi grasped the key point in Qin Tian's words. You said, you have nothing to do with her? Her heart is always on you. How could something happen to me? Then why does she want to take those things with you? Lin Yi nodded. At this time, his mentality has collapsed a bit. Qin Tian didn't answer Lin Yi's question directly, but looked at Xiao Lingshuang next to him. Why? Don't you tell him now that I threatened you with his life? So you reluctantly cooperated with me? Say or not. What's the point? Xiao Lingshuang replied feebly with a dead heart. There is nothing more mourning than death, and it is Xiao Lingshuang now. Her injury was not fatal, but it started from the moment Lin Yi gave her a knife in the back. Her heart is already dead. Hearing this, Qin Tian sneered. That's right. He would rather believe in my enemy than you, junior sister. There is really nothing to say to this kind of person. No, Qin Tian, you are lying at all. Look, he still doesn't want to believe you. Ding, the protagonist Lin Yi enters a state of furious rage and gains a villain value plus 500. To be honest, Qin Tian kept Xiao Lingshuang, originally just wanting to engage in Lin Yi's mentality. I really didn't expect that Lin Yi would make such a decisive strike behind Xiao Lingshuang. When he was prompted by the system just now, he was actually a little surprised. But Qin Tian has been a villain for so long after all, and the reaction is quite quick. After getting the system prompt and confirming the result, he decisively changed his strategy and told part of the truth about the previous incident. After listening to Qin Tian's words, Lin Yi was furious and almost spewed out a mouthful of old blood. Qin Tian let Xiao Lingshuang go because he used his own safety as a threat? But why? No, this is impossible. Even so, why was she able to find me alive just now? This is impossible. This is impossible. Lin Yi shouted hysterically. In fact, in his heart, he already believed Qin Tian's words. But his arrogant character does not allow him to admit his mistakes. How can I make a mistake in judgment for such an awesome person? Hearing Lin Yi's words, Qin Tian hadn't answered yet, but Dai Fei, who was standing by, suddenly spoke. Isn't this woman alive because of this brother Qin? You don't think that it is because Yasha rebelled, so we didn't kill her? Brother Qin? Lin Yi was stunned and subconsciously looked at Qin Tian. Qin Tian, it's you. It must be you. All of this was designed by you, right? From the very beginning, you provoked the relationship with Ling Shuang until the text message that I sent later. It was all caused by you. After all, Lin Yi is a strong man. Seeing Qin Tian appearing here, he instantly figured out what was going on. But then again, in fact, he knew Qin Tian would calculate him early in the morning. But he didn't know that Qin Tian would calculate him in this way. Obviously, Xiao Lingshuang has been forced, but it just ends up? What is the reason for this? Have you ever seen a hungry person who can eat meat, but only drinks 2 bites of broth? And as far as those photos and videos are concerned, whoever reads it will be suspicious and angry, right? Yes, I did it all. Qin Tian stood up and pointed to Xiao Lingshuang. I just grabbed a spiritual stone from you. So you sent her to assassinate me? Not only that, you kidnapped my son? Why can't I count you? Hearing Qin Tian's words, Mo Changming and others also understood why Qin Tian appeared here. So there are still so many contradictions between Qin Tian and Lin Yi. You robbed my spirit stone, and I kidnapped your son? What kind of fairy operation is dude? Asshole. I should have known. I should have known. Lin Yi gritted his teeth with hatred. Can't wait to tear Qin Tian to pieces. What if I knew it earlier? Qin Tian disdainfully returned to the aisle. You have believed everything I told you, but you just don't believe your junior sister. On this alone, your ending is doomed. Speaking of this, Qin Tian paused, looked at Mo Changming, and several people slightly arched his hands and said, Everyone, I'm really sorry. The conflict between me and Lin Yi is a bit deep, so I wasted everyone's time just now. Now everyone please. Where? And Mo Changming hurriedly bowed his hand in return. I really didn't know that Mr. Qin and Lin Yi would have such a big holiday before. Otherwise, when I came out, I would call you directly. Before Lin Yi escaped, Qin Tian once went to Lin Yi's VIP room. Read more at wuxiax.com. This move naturally couldn't escape the eyes of the Qingyang sect disciple. Originally, Mo Changming also suspected Qin Tian. I felt that Qin Tian had discovered something, so I went to inform Lin Yi. But now it seems that the contradiction between the two is so deep. How could Qin Tian go to whistle? Thinking of this, Mo Changming took a sigh of relief and didn't go into this issue anymore. Look at the other people. Several people, let's stop talking nonsense. Let's do it. Want to kill me? Qin Tian, I will kill you first. Lin Yisu Dendi roared angrily. Almost at the same time, ding, the protagonist Lin Yi enters a blackened state, and the host gets the villain value plus 1,000. There is no doubt that he was also blackened by Qin Tian, because people who are too conceited tend to overestimate themselves. Such a person is the contemporary Xiang Yu. They feel that they are the best, and they only believe in their own judgments and will not listen to the opinions of others. It is precisely because of this that they cannot accept their failure. Just like now, Lin Yi felt that his judgment was right from beginning to end, and did not believe that Qin Tian did not do anything to Qiu Lingshuang, nor did he believe in Qiu Lingshuang's explanation. As a result, not only was Qin Tian led by the nose, but also made him suspicious and actively attacked Qiu Lingshuang. This is totally unacceptable to him, who has always been arrogant. Therefore, compared to the pursuit and killing of several other big sects, Lin Yi at this moment hated Qin Tian, who made him step into the abyss even more. He has been stunned by hatred. However, because his personality is different from Lin Feng, his luck value has not collapsed after being blackened. Whoosh! Bang bang! While thinking, Lin Yi speeded up suddenly and rushed towards Qin Tian directly. However, Zhou Wen behind Qin Tian has already thrown his backpack aside at will. Seeing Lin Yi rushing, he greeted him without hesitation. Fists and palms fist infuriating. Lin Yi is reborn because he is the strong. There is also the cultivation technique and the pill that Qiu Lingshuang brings out. You don't need to practice hard to break through the realm easily. Today, he is already in the pinnacle of innate. Just need to strengthen the body and blood again, and promotion to the master is just around the corner. As for Zhou Wen, he just became a pseudo-master in just a week. After all, there's a gap in understanding between the two. Therefore, the match between the two did not show a crushing result, but a tie. It's just that Zhou Wen's appearance surprised others. This kid in a peak cap is also a master? No. Is this the strength that the small sect should have? Look at his appearance, or this Qin Tian's entourage. Grandmaster is a follower for others? It's too exaggerated. It's not so awesome. You see, this person's control of innocence is not as sophisticated as Shadow Shah, which means that he has just been promoted to Grandmaster. It seems that this is indeed the case. Don't talk about Shadow Shah. Even I can't match it. Okay, don't talk nonsense. Have you forgotten the power of Shadow Shah? Hurry up and solve it with Admiral Shadow Shah. Everyone talked a lot, and when they heard this, they all came back to their senses. Looking at Lin Yi, he was ready to take a shot at the right time. And Lin Yi obviously did not expect that Zhou Wen was also a master. After being forced to retreat by Zhou Wen, he gritted his teeth when he saw the situation. Damn it! As soon as he finished speaking, Lin Yi quickly took out a wrapped piece of tin foil from his trouser pocket and opened the tin foil 3 times. Inside were 2 Jinqi pills, surprisingly. Look at the quality, it should be top grade. Without hesitation, Lin Yi swallowed the 2 Jinqi pills. This is... No. He wants to run? Mo Changming's complexion changed, and he didn't want to react. Boom! Lin Yi's momentum skyrocketed instantly. Feeling the power constantly emerging in his body, Lin Yi's confidence immediately increased. Today, I see who can stop me. Whoosh! Qin Tian's figure suddenly showed a lunge and appeared in front of him. Boom! Lin Yi's lower abdomen and a fist hit Lin Yi directly into the air. No one can stop you? Who gave you this confidence? Qin Tian got up slowly, shook his hand, said with a sneer on his face. Seeing this scene, everyone was stunned. Fuck, this Qin Tian is so awesome? After all, the protagonist is the protagonist. If he is like ordinary people, then what is the protagonist of him? Therefore, Lin Yi's combat effectiveness naturally cannot be judged by common sense. Lin Yi has a secret method. This secret method can absorb all the power of Jinqi pill in a short time and make use of it. At the same time, using true qi to stimulate the meridians of the human body, people's strength will rise to a higher level in a short period of time. However, it is a pity that Lin Yi now has only innate peaks. No matter how much you improve your strength, it is still better than Mo Changming's masters. If Qin Tian is not there, he may be able to escape with this ability. But the reality is not if. Because without Qin Tian's words, Mo Changming and the others didn't even have the qualifications to discover Lin Yi's existence. How is it possible to let things develop to where they are today? Of course, these are not important anymore. The important thing is that Lin Yi, who had improved his strength with a secret method, was actually knocked out by Qin Tian with a punch. What about this F***CK? Gu Qingqing looked at the cracked ground beside him, and the whole person was lost in thought. The others have already exploded. My god, isn't it? The speed of this Qin Tian. So fast. It's incredible. This is Grandmaster level, right? Impossible. How old is he? How could he be a great master? But he just... Qin Tian's punch not only stunned Lin Yi, but also stunned the others present. With the momentum that Lin Yi showed up just now, if he wanted to run, he could definitely make a gap. The people present simply couldn't catch up. After all, this time, their layout was very hasty, much worse than last time. But now, fortunately, there are 4 masters present. They were not too slow to react. Seeing that Lin Yi was beaten into the air, they stunned for a while and hurriedly surrounded him. Lin Yi got up quickly, although it was incredible, but there was no time to think about it. Hurry up and fight with everyone. Because Lin Yi is fighting for life, the others are defensive. The Lord. Therefore, it is difficult to distinguish between the 2 sides at a time. Zhou Wen, Lin Yi gave it to you. Okay, President Qin. Zhou Wen nodded, and walked forward slowly 2 steps, blocking the middle of Qin Tian and Lin Yi. Qin Tian didn't care about Lin Yi anymore, because for him, The moment Lin Yi pretended to be forced to break the power by himself, the battle that belonged to him was over. He walked in front of Qiuling Shuang again and slowly squatted down. Your injury is not fatal for the time being, but the wound is still bleeding, and it should have injured the internal organs. If you leave it alone, you will also die from excessive bleeding or damage to your organs. Read more at wuxiax.com. Qiuling Shuang listened quietly, but did not speak. Qin Tian didn't expect her to answer herself either, just continued. If you still want to live now, I can find someone to save you. If you don't want to, I can fulfill you too. Qiuling Shuang still did not speak. Qin Tian didn't care about her anymore when he saw this. Just sitting next to her, quietly looking at Lin Yi, who was fiercely fighting with everyone in the open space. Lin Yi's behavior just now belonged to the use of secret methods to forcibly enhance combat effectiveness. This power is time-limited, and it will definitely have side effects. So if you continue to consume like this, Lin Yi shouldn't have the possibility of a comeback. Husband, why don't you save her? Gu Qingcheng didn't know when he came to Qin Tian's side, looked at Qiuling Shuang lying on the ground, and asked. Qin Tian has superb medical skills. Not many people know this, and she is just one of them. Based on the previous conversations with several people, she can also guess that Qin Tian has some special relationships with this woman on the ground. So watching Qin Tian sitting beside him indifferent, she was a little curious. Save? How to save? Qin Tian didn't even turn her head back. Even she herself doesn't have the desire to survive. How can I save her? Oh, you are right. Having said that, Gu Qingchen glanced at Qiuling Shuang again, and then sighed helplessly. But I think she is also very pitiful. She finally fell in love with someone, and even willing to sacrifice her life for him, but unexpectedly was stabbed in the back by the other person? This feeling should be uncomfortable. Isn't she to blame herself for being stupid? Who is not good to like? Would you like to like a self-righteous and selfish idiot? You came to assassinate me in order to regain the spirit stone for him? I don't know who gave her the courage. Qin Tian said a few words very double standard. After all, in this era, who is not selfish? As for the assassination failure, it can only be said to be an accident. Brother, it wasn't like that before. And if it wasn't for you, brother, he wouldn't believe me so. Hearing Qin Tian speak ill of Lin Yi, Qiuling Shuang retorted with the pain. In her mind, the reason why the two of them fell into this field is all because of Qin Tian. Without Qin Tian, his brother he would definitely like him. I calculated that you are not fake, Qin Tian calmly replied. But the premise of all this, isn't it based on your conspiracy to assassinate me? Furthermore, if you have enough trust between each other, how can my unskilled strategy succeed? I cough. Qiuling Shuang wanted to say something, but his injuries seemed to become serious. He's already coughing. Consciousness gradually became blurred. This is a manifestation of internal organ injuries and excessive blood loss. But Qiuling Shuang didn't have time to care too much now, because he only feels that his eyelids are getting heavier and heavier, and things are becoming more and more blurred. So tired and sleepy. Just want a good night's sleep. Before her consciousness completely disappeared, the last voice heard was from Qin Tian. Lin Yi, your junior sister is dead. You have to take full responsibility for her death. What? Hearing this, Lin Yi, who was trying his best to break through, couldn't help but stunned. It was this stupefying effort that the black-clothed old man found a chance and slapped him on the back with a palm. A hit is followed by a storm-like attack. Bang, bang, bang. Fists, feet, knees, elbows. As long as it was a position that could be used for an attack, he slammed into Lin Yi mercilessly. Puff! Lin Yi flew far away, while the person was still in the air, spewing out several mouthfuls of blood. Do not! Lin Yi screamed wildly in his heart. I finally took the house and reborn, but I didn't expect to repeat the same mistake in less than a month. He is not reconciled, really not reconciled. Shadow Sha, D. Why? Why is it like this? Qin Tian, I will not let you go as a ghost. Dead. Yen Hu chased after him and punched Lin Yi in the head. Ding. The protagonist Lin Yi died under the host's arrangement. The villain's eye has evolved, and the villain's value is plus 1,000. Villain value, 9,900 points. The luck value remains unchanged at 3,600 points. But after seeing this system prompt to solve Lin Yi, Qin Tian was a little confused. The opponent's luck value still has nearly 3,000 points. Why can you kill him in this case? Moreover, he has already been killed. Can't you take away his luck? Qin Tian was very puzzled. According to the system, when the opponent's luck value does not collapse, unless your luck value is twice that of the other party. Otherwise, it is very difficult to kill the opponent. Even if countless favorable killing conditions are created, they will be run away by the opponent using the extremely high luck value. Even if you successfully kill the opponent in the end, it will cause trouble to yourself. Qin Tian is currently worth 3,600 points. Lin Yi still has nearly 3,000 points. It stands to reason that he can't kill him. Qin Tian still needs to do so because he knows this. I just want to see, if countless conditions are met and a lure is caused, can the opponent use his luck to make a comeback? But now, Lin Yi was not only successfully killed. And didn't you do it yourself? This is a bit strange. Can Yen Hu kill Lin Yi? Qin Tian felt that something was wrong. But seeing that Lin Yi's information in the system had disappeared, he couldn't figure out what was wrong. However, Qin Tian is not a horny person. He didn't think too much if he couldn't think of the answer. Anyway, the soldiers will come to cover the water and soil, and it will be over. Lin Yi died. It was Qin Tian who used Qi luck to track and lock the position and cooperated with other sects to encircle and suppress. Finally, Yen Hu was beaten to death. Because Lin Yi in this life has his own parents. Therefore, these sects are also needed to do the aftermath work. As for losing money in a car accident, still use other reasons. This has nothing to do with Qin Tian. It is worth mentioning that the strength that Qin Tian demonstrated just now really surprised everyone. Originally, they thought that Qin Tian was a master just like them. Everyone is half-hearted, and no one is afraid of anyone. After seeing Qin Tian's punch to lift Lin Yi into the air, they suddenly became a little uncomfortable. Lin Yi at the time certainly had a careless element in it, but his combat experience and reaction speed as Shadow Sha lay there. In this case, they all took a solid punch, which shows how strong Qin Tian's combat effectiveness is. So when leaving the jungle, most people's eyes looked at Qin Tian a little changed. The contempt in his eyes has disappeared, replaced by surprise and admiration. Qin Tian seems to be about 30 years old, a great master of this level. Who has seen them? So, when finishing work, one or two were close to Qin Tian. No matter what you know, you still don't know. Especially Dai Fei, that dead lady boy, not only got close to Qin Tian, but also started directly. It made Qin Tian disgusting, and quickly left with Gu Qingsheng and Zhou Wen. Of course, before leaving, Qin Tian hesitated. Finally, she used the silver needle to help Xiuling Shuang stop the bleeding and put her back on her back. Husband, you said, can I become as good as you? In the morning 2 days later, a hotel in Yinjing, Gu Qingsheng lay in Qin Tian's arms and said with a look of yearning. She still remembers the scene where Qin Tian suddenly disappeared in front of her that night. This speed has reached the level that is difficult to capture with the naked eye. She could only see the movement of the other party and couldn't see the other party's people at all. The way of fighting like Superman made her envious. Can't. After thinking for a moment, Qin Tian shook his head. In my cognition, this thing has to be exercised from a young age. Your age is obviously inappropriate. Read more at wuxiax.com. A real master just taking drugs is useless. He also needs to have super high fighting ability and experience. The reason why I am so awesome is that besides drug use, there are also the full level of fighting skills and the full level of assassin skills given by the system. And Gu Qingsheng, although she has also been involved in the underworld, she is not a female stream without the power to bind chickens. But there is no way to compare with the average master, not to mention those real masters. So even if she strengthened her physique and gave her true energy, she would not be able to reach the height of Zhou Wen and Wang Yi. Therefore, it is obviously not suitable to spend a lot of money to train her to serve as a combatant. That's really a pity, Gu Qingsheng said helplessly. But since this road is not working, then I have to take another road to kill time. Kill the time? What do you want to do? I want to make a movie. Gu Qingsheng raised his right hand and said proudly. It seems to be inspired by the previous scout, and has been thinking about it for more than a day. Do you really want to make a movie? You don't care about business in Tumen. It doesn't affect. Gu Qingsheng took it for granted. What's more, I leave most of the business in Tumen to Dragon 5. Although the profit is less, I can spare more time to do what I want to do, Qin Tian said with a wicked smile upon hearing the words, such as rolling the sheets with me. You hate it. I'll be serious with you. Gu Qingsheng thumped Qin Tian's arm and whimpered. I really want to find something to kill time. Husband, you will support me, right? Do you make a movie? Qin Tian thoughtfully. It's okay. It just so happens that I want to invest in a film company recently. Otherwise, how much money do you have? Just take it all out, and let's start a partnership. No, you have never opened a film company. Let me partner with you. We are both laymen. What if we lose money? Why don't I support you if I lose? I'm so rich, so I'm afraid I can't support you. That's what I said, but if that's the case, I can only rely on you. Isn't it right for women to rely on men? Well, it seems to make sense. Gu Qingsheng looked at the ceiling thoughtfully. But I only have tens of millions in cash now. Is it enough to open a film company? Enough. Not enough. I will make up for you. Gu Qingsheng hung on Qin Tian's neck and let out a burst of charm full of laughter. The concubine is waiting for you. A battle, dimly, at noon. After having lunch in the hotel room, Gu Qingsheng, who belongs to the action school, said that he wanted to investigate the movie market, so he temporarily separated from Qin Tian. Qin Tian didn't care either, lying on the bed, blowing on the air conditioner, and leisurely called up his own system to check it. During this period of time, in order to solve Lin Yi, the rebirth, he really spent a lot of brain cells, returning to the wind and sleeping on the street for 2 days. This is not in line with his personality as a rich man. So he decided to find a dish to force the protagonist to relax during the next period of time. My villain's eyes have evolved, and I still don't know what evolution is. Qin Tian tried for 2 days but didn't try it out. And the villain value, because he and Zhou Wen used another Jinqi pill in the past 2 days. So now there are 5,900 points left. As for why Qin Tian uses villain value to cultivate Zhou Wen, that's because it is difficult for the refined Jinqi pill to reach the perfect level. It is not a perfect level, the interval between the use of pill is too long, and it takes 18 days for the best products. And there are certain side effects. After all, Zhou Wen was also bought with villain value, and his combat effectiveness was much stronger than ordinary bodyguards. So first raise him to 30 years of true qi and reach the real master level. Qin Tian feels that there is nothing wrong with it. The protagonist has 4 more. Let's solve Lin Mu first. Lying in bed, Qin Tian pillowed his head with both hands, muttering to himself. In addition to the presence of high-ranking officials, Yinjing also gathered a large number of film companies. Lin Mu is a director, so the position should be in Yinjing. Qin Tian collected materials on the spot. There is nothing wrong with this. Besides, the director should be better, right? Good job. Qin Tian thought of this. Decisively clicked the luck tracking. Ding, the child of luck is locked successfully. Target targeted this time, Lin Mu. Remaining time to change lock target, 71 hours and 59 minutes. Coordinates of Lin Mu, son of luck, Xiagua, Yinjing. At the same time, the inner layer of a single-family villa in Yanjing. This is a villa room full of futuristic technology. A young man, like Qin Tian, lay on his sofa, resting his head with his hands on his head and closing his eyes. After a while, the young man spoke suddenly. Xiaoman, do I have any schedule for today? As soon as the voice fell, a few special rays of light suddenly fell from the ceiling. These lights gathered together and quickly condensed into the appearance of a little girl in front of him. The little girl is wearing a pettiskirt with 2 braids and holding a bear puppet. It looks so cute. This is a 3D projection, but it looks no different from a real person and has its own consciousness. After Xiaoman appeared, he walked up to the young man with a lovely expression on his face. Report to the owner that the company will hold a celebration banquet at 5 p.m., and the outdoor temperature will be 37. It is recommended that the owner wear a cooler. After solving Lin Yi's confidant concern, Qin Tian also completely relaxed in these 2 days. Stayed at the hotel until 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and after the sun subsided a little, Qin Tian was ready to go out. Before leaving the house, he hesitated and called Tang Shui first. Because when he was in the hospital before, Tang Shui had been taking care of his daily life. So he decided to talk about life with Tang Shui while solving Lin Mu. Hey, Dan Su. Uncle Qin? Well, have you eaten yet? I was on the night shift last night. I just woke up. Tang Shui was in the dormitory of the hospital, rubbing her tangled hair with sleepy eyes, and said in embarrassment. That's right, come out and have a meal together. I want to ask you something. Huh? Uncle Qin wants to invite me to dinner? Come out. Qin Tian looked at Lin Mu's current location, and then directly sent Tang Shui an address. Sophie Hotel. Wow, Xiao Xue, did your rich uncle invite you? In the dormitory of Yinjing Hospital. After hearing Tang Shui's phone call, Xiao Qin said with a look of envy. The hospital where Tang Shui was located was covered. In this dormitory for girls like her lived. At this time, 1 person went to the day shift, and the other 3, including Tang Shui, were all night shifts. Yes. Tang Shui replied awkwardly. Yes, Xiao Xue. It's no wonder Master Shen has been chasing you. Don't you agree? So you like such an uncle? What's wrong with liking the uncle? Another female roommate said. These days, handsome and rich people can be called uncles. Those who are ugly and have no money can only be called masters. According to the condition of that Uncle Xiao Xue, a handsome uncle. Who doesn't like such a man? Don't you like it? I like it, of course I like it, but like it is so useful. I still know a little bit about what I look like. I guess people won't look at us directly. You are a little self-aware. The roommate said. Oh, Xiao Xue, what do you think of me? You said that I have such a condition. Dress up for your uncle as a lover. Can he look at me? If he can, then I won't work hard. Okay, stop arguing between you two. Hearing the conversation between the two, Tang Shui said in a huff. What do you like or dislike? Uncle Qin and I are only in the same city, not as nasty as you think. And I don't like Shen Lang, just because our 3 views are inappropriate. What's wrong? Isn't it just a nurse, a star? As long as the skill is deep, the iron rod will be ground into a needle. The iron rod, BJFF, is ground into a needle? Xiao Qing, I suspect you are racing. Why do I have a drag racing? It's obviously your dirty thinking. Tang Shui was speechless when the two were fighting for a while. You two will go racing slowly. I have to hurry up and dress up. Tang Shui is going to Qin Tian's appointment. And at this time, the lobby of the Sophie Hotel. There were 5 big tables of guests gathered together, and the one who drank was a happy one. Let's work together. Congratulations to director Lin for selling new movies. Read more at wuxiax.com. Congratulations. You deserve to be director Lin. Awesome. My old Zhao, just take it. Isn't it? The new film has only been released for 1 month, and the box office has exceeded 3 billion. Come on, let's offer Lin Gui a glass together. Can you say yes? It is good. At the beginning, everyone started booing. All the time, laughter and laughter are everywhere. Among this group of people, sitting in the main seat is a 28-year-old young man. At this time, like a star holding the moon, was complimented by everyone. He is Lin Mu, a 28-year-old young director. He is also the most well-known director in the entire entertainment industry. From obscurity to now popular throughout the entertainment industry, he only spent 3 short years. The reason why it is so popular is that besides the super high shooting technique, it relies on the superb special effects. In his hands, as long as the script is not too bad, he can easily produce blockbuster effects. Don't hold me too high. The success of this film is due to everyone's concerted efforts. After a round of toasting, Lin Mu put down the beer glass in his hand and smiled modestly. Come on, I also toast everyone. Cheers. Cheers. Everyone toasted again. After the toast this time, everyone finally started to eat. Everyone chatted with each other in groups. About 20 minutes later, in the most remarkable corner of the 5 big round tables, a man suddenly spoke. Hey, Shenlang, I heard that your kid is chasing an innocent nurse recently. Don't mention it. People don't like me again. Don't like you? Why? I think you look handsome. What's the use of being handsome? Sangwan is not on the same channel. Is that so? Then you can just find one in the circle. We also have a lot of beautiful girls on the crew. In the circle? Forget it. The women in this circle. Too dirty. That's right, the water in this line is very deep. Hey, Shenlang, what are you doing? Shenlang ignored him, but hurried over to say hello to Lin Mu. Director Lin, I'm in an acquaintance, and I want to go over and say something to her. Lin Mu looked at the door of the hotel with an expression that I understand. Go, it's okay to talk a lot. Thank you, Director Lin. Shenlang was anxious, and after a thank you, he went directly to the hotel rest area. Tang Shui, why are you here? Shenlang? I'm here for dinner. Eat. Shenlang raised his eyebrows. Seeing Tang Shui hesitating, she suddenly had a bad feeling. After chatting with Tang Shui for about 5 minutes, a handsome uncle and a bodyguard appeared at the door of the hotel. Seeing this handsome uncle, Shen Lang's bad premonition in his heart is even stronger. At the same time, Qin Tian arrived at the Sophia Hotel. On the other side, the headquarters building of the Su Group in Tumen. Xiao Chun, in a yellow takeaway uniform, knocked on the door of Su Yinran's office. Boom, boom, boom. Beauty, your takeaway. Come. Xiao Chun walked in with large and small bags of takeaway, and after placing it on the table, he glanced at Su Yinran again. Beauty Su, you are so rich. Do you still need to work so hard? Su Yinran heard the words and looked up at Xiao Chun. At almost the same time, the pink light in Xiao Chun's eyes flashed away. Su Yinran didn't notice the slightest abnormality, but just answered Xiao Chun's words faintly. It's because there is too much money, so I have to waste more energy to manage the money. Xiao Chun echoed with a smile. Hee, what you said is right. Xiao Chun, what else do you have? Facing Su Yinran's peerless appearance, Xiao Chun stammered a little, but still mustered the courage to say, that, beautiful Su, can I ask you for a meal? Upon hearing Xiao Chun's words, Su Yinran couldn't help but apologize. Sorry, Xiao Chun, I already have a boyfriend. Oh, isn't it? If that's the case, then just forget it, I'll go first. The invitation to Su Yinran failed, and Xiao Chun hurriedly left. Only after leaving, there was a smile on the corner of his mouth. Following this rhythm, I should give her takeaway for 2 more days, so I can invite her to eat together, right? Xiao Chun thought happily in his heart. Xiao Chun, the owner of the food delivery system. However, after being seized by Qin Tian, he lost the qualification to continue to grow stronger. Although a dick like him loses the system and becomes useless. But he also understands the truth of sitting and eating. Therefore, he has to use his only 1 billion funds and the ability gifted by the system to plan a better future for himself. After much deliberation, he locked Su Yinran on. This beauty has almost reached its peak, and has a beautiful president of a company with a market value of nearly 100 billion. As long as it can be favored by Su Yinran. Not only did he have a superb goddess to be his wife, but he could also spend the next half of his life without worrying about food and clothing, so that he could become so rich. In order to capture Su Yinran, he began to return to his old business, and started a food delivery business. Because only this career can smoothly approach this beautiful president. As long as he can get close to her, he can use the eyes of charm to make Su Yinran slowly fall in love with herself. Just like now, the relationship between the two parties has become like ordinary friends. Give him a little more time, and he can date each other directly. As for what boyfriend Su Yinran said, Xiao Chun just wanted to say, I'm sorry, in the eyes of Laozi's charm, all of them have to break up with Laozi. No matter how handsome you are, there is no use for it. On the other side, Qin Tian didn't know that Xiao Chun still dared to hook up his own woman. Because at this time, his eyes were focused on Tang Shui in front of him. Today's Tang Shui is dressed as a little girl next door. Horsetail, white tight-fitting shirt, ultra-short jeans, white shoes. Looks youthful and lively. But Shen Lang understands Tang Shui. In her current situation, she simply can't afford such a 5-star hotel. So at the moment when he saw Qin Tian appear, he immediately understood something. Tang Shui, how long have you been here? Qin Tian asked casually after coming over. He didn't know Shen Lang, so he didn't have any special expressions. Just arrived for a while. Oh, that's okay, let's go. I booked a private room. Stop. As soon as Tang Shui stood up, Shen Lang's questioning voice came over. Tang Shui, didn't you say that you don't want to make a boyfriend now? What's the matter with him? Shen Lang pointed at Qin Tian and asked with a face. He has been chasing Tang Shui for a while. But Tang Shui rejected him on the grounds that he didn't want to fall in love for the time being. It hurt him very much. But now, the appearance of Qin Tian makes him more injured. Hearing what Shen Lang said, Tang Shui quickly retorted. He is not my boyfriend. Who are you lied to? Shen Lang didn't believe it. They came to the hotel together, and they said it wasn't your boyfriend? He's really not my boyfriend. Tang Shui, I really didn't expect you to be this kind of person. What kind of person am I? Hearing this, Tang Shui couldn't help but stunned. Is this man rich? Shen Lang asked not to answer. Tang Shui replied subconsciously. Yes. Then you still say. Shen Lang gritted his teeth and said. Cut. Are you humiliating me? Tang Shui. Do you know him? Read more at wuxiax.com. Seeing Shen Lang's second appearance, Qin Tian immediately swept with the villain's eyes. When it was discovered that this product was not the protagonist, he immediately lost interest in him. Acknowledge no. Your boyfriend? No. That is not bad. Qin Tian couldn't help pointing to his temple. This kid seems to have a problem here. If you choose him, you will suffer a lot. Asshole. Who are you talking about? Hearing Qin Tian scolding himself, Shen Lang was directly angry. Qin Tian glanced at him. You know who you say. Are you not her boyfriend? What are you doing with so many people? Besides, what happened to me if I had money? Tang Shui had a meal with me. Why did she humiliate you? What kind of shit logic? You. Hey, wait a minute. Boy, what's your name? Why should I tell you? Shen Lang was about to get angry, but was interrupted by Qin Tian's astonishment. After hearing Qin Tian's questioning, he immediately looked arrogant again. Qin Tian is too lazy to bird him. Tang Shui. What is his name? Shen Lang. Shen Lang. What for? This seems to be filming. Shen Lang is just a third-tier star, and his reputation is average. So Tang Shui didn't know how to introduce it. Tang Shui at this time didn't know at all. Qin Tian actually knew it a long time ago because of the villain's eyes. Asking the name is just to confuse others. Are you filming? Qin Tian pretended to think for a moment, then glanced at the hall. Are the tables of guests gathered over there belong to your company? What do you want to do? Xinlang was a little puzzled. Qin Tian didn't bother to care about him at all, walked directly to the front desk and said something to the waiter, and then beckoned to Tang Shui. Let's go, Tang Shui. Let's go over and say hello. Is this Qin Tian familiar with people from Xinlang Company? Hearing Qin Tian's words, Tang Shui was a little puzzled. But out of familiarity with Qin Tian, she didn't think too much and quickly followed. As a director, Lin Mu is enjoying Zhongxing Pringyue at this time. He didn't pay attention to the situation on Xunlang's side. It wasn't until Qin Tian walked in front of them that he realized the existence of Qin Tian. Everyone, are you colleagues of Xunlang? You are. As a representative, Lin Mu took the initiative to speak, but the words were full of doubts. After all, this person Qin Tian is very face-to-face. Qin Tian smiled openly and said, My name is Qin Tian, and I'm a friend of Xunlang. I usually thank you, Xunlang, for your care. 2 bottles of red wine for 1 table, and I forgot to laugh at you. At this moment, several waiters brought some red wine and put the wine on several of their tables in turn. Originally, everyone was inexplicable about Qin Tian's arrival, but soon they were attracted by the red wine Qin Tian brought over. My God, this is Margot, isn't it? How many tens of thousands in a bottle? Isn't it? Here are 10 bottles. Wouldn't it be hundreds of thousands? I'm going. The boss is so magnificent. Boss Qin is awesome. When did Xunlang have such a rich friend? Seeing the extraordinary heroic Qin Tian, everyone talked a lot for a while. Although their film was a great success this time, and most ordinary employees will have more bonuses and commissions. A few 100,000 red wines were given out at a time, and no one except Lin Mu himself could do it. Several people, take it easy, I still have something to do, so I want to accompany you. Well, go slowly. Qin Tian nodded slightly, and after taking a closer look at Lin Mu, he chatted with everyone, then turned and left with a bewildered look of Tang Shui. At this time, he was calm on the surface. In fact, he was a group of surprises in his heart. He was surprised for 2 reasons. One is that he discovered a new feature of the evolution of the villain's eye. Another is the identity of Lin Mu. Name, Lin Mu. Age, 28 years old. Height, 178. Weight, 136. Occupation, director. Luck value, 2239. The son of luck confirms. Of course, these basic information are not the most important. Most importantly, there are 2 lines of special information under Lin Mu's information. Protagonist type, parallel world traveler. Protagonist description. The protagonist is a blue star from a parallel world, and the blue star has a level of science and technology that surpasses the current Earth's 100 years. The protagonist was a technical mansion before crossing. After the crossing, the memory of the previous life became especially deep due to the overlapping of the souls of the 2 worlds. The profound memory caused the protagonist to possess scientific and technological data that surpassed the entire Earth. Lin Mu is actually a traverser from the future world?